guys, we're here on the backstage of Fine Foods Food Reviews Season 3, Episode 2. Buster, I'm just having my my pre-workout so that I can film really well. There's a reason I use a tripod for this.
He's like shaking.
It's like you got Parkinson's or something. Shout out to cameraman Dean, best cameraman in the world. He knows.
I'm gonna get you as out of focus as I can.
All the cameras work. Every single camera. That was all Dean.
1, 2, 3, let's go!
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Fine Foods Food Review Season 3. As you all know, Season 3 is takeout season, and boy am I excited for this episode because we've got a little bit of Taco Bell. And what's immediately interesting about this is it says Taco Bell, and it's got the logo there, and then next to it says Live Mass, which I think is a reference to Mexican culture, because of course in Mexico they're very religious. So live mass means a mass, like a Christian mass in church, and you're living it through the food. So I think that's what that is meant to mean. But I think we're going to go straight ahead and take a look at what I've ordered. I ordered it about half an hour ago, and I've kind of forgotten what I've got, so I think we're just going to see what it is. It looks like a burrito. Instantly from the texture, it's very skin-like. It feels like I'm shaking someone's hand, or I'm holding someone's member. It looks very, it looks quite nice, very evenly cooked, so I think we're just going to go ahead, take a bite, and see what flavours we can identify. Okay, so I think I bit off a little more than I could chew there. It's a very chewy texture. It's quite hard to bite through. Immediately I get a tiny bit of spice. I think I did order quite a hot meal, but in terms of Scoville, I'd say it's probably about 10 Scoville. And if you bear in mind that the most spicy pepper in the world is about, I don't know, maybe 2 million Scoville, I'd say this isn't very spicy at all. Temperature-wise, it's a bit lukewarm, and I think that's a little theme that we're getting from this season. That you know, in the place that I'm currently living, they really do take a while to deliver the stuff, and by the time it gets to me, it's quite cold. So I think that might be the reason, but I think as we found out last episode with the JFK, their microwave wasn't working, so it might be something to do with that. But without further ado, we're going to go into the next item of food. I'm not sure what this is. It's come in a bag, and we've got some. Well, I think it's some sauce, but it looks like the container is empty. Okay, we've got a, I'm not going to lie, this is a kind of disappointing amount of sauce that we've got here. If it is sauce at all, it looks like it might be some sort of paint. I think that is India yellow. That's the specific colour of that. And it's also come with some tacos. And for those of you who aren't accustomed to Mexican cuisine, tacos are these little crisps here, or chips if you're from another country like I don't know, Bangkok or somewhere like that. So I'm going to take this taco, I'm going to dip it in the you know what sauce we have here. It's really not very much. I think, I don't know, maybe people in Mexico don't eat as much sauce as I tend to like, but yeah, there's also a tiny bit of seasoning. You probably won't be able to see it from back there because it really is a small amount. I think I can count about 3 grains of seasoning on that. But let's go ahead and have a bite and see how it tastes. Okay, so that sauce is it's got a bit of power to it. You can sort of taste the cheese in it. I think the tacos might be a bit stale because they were, you know, not quite as crunchy as I expect. They were a bit hard to bite through. All in all, a slightly disappointing experience with those tacos. They didn't really taste of anything. The lack of seasoning was very evident. So yeah, I can't say I really enjoyed that. Now this meal did come with a drink, which I do appreciate because my mouth does tend to get quite dry when I'm eating stuff. But we've got some orange tango. I'm just going to open this up and see if it can improve the flavour profile. Okay, so that's a really nice drink. It's really sort of washed down the dry texture that the other 2 items of food have left in my mouth. I think that's really good, sort of artificial orange flavour. I'm glad that they didn't use real oranges because real oranges are sort of on the endangered list. So I really appreciate that they used a substitute for orange there, and you can definitely taste it. It's a lot more sugary than you expect from an actual orange. There's not so much citrus there, but it's quite sweet. So let's just give it all a quick roundup. The skin burrito, I'd say that gets probably a 3 out of 10. It was kind of cold. It was meant to be spicy. I didn't really taste very much spice in it. I think it was meant to be chicken flavour. Honestly, I didn't taste any flavour in it at all. I think it sort of just tasted like solid air, but air in a sort of you know, a polluted city like Saudi Arabia, somewhere like that. So I definitely would recommend you eating this. It only gets a 3 because it is actual solid food, and it was at least slightly warm, so it gets bonus points for that. The taco chips, crisps, they were thoroughly disappointing. I'd give them maybe a 2 out of 10. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend that you eat those. The only redeeming factor of those was the cheese sauce, but you only really get enough to cover about 2 crisps. So all in all, very disappointing. I'd say the one redeeming factor of this meal was, in fact, the orange tango. As far as I'm aware, Taco Bell doesn't own orange tango, but if they did, you know, that would be real good for them because this is the one thing that I've received today that actually tastes of anything at all. So it's with a heavy heart that I say goodbye on this episode. I think that's probably the worst meal I've ever had. Come back next time when I will be eating food. You know, hopefully I'll like it next time. You know, hopefully I'll like it a little more than I did this time. And if I do like it, I'll tell you all about it. If I don't like it, I'll tell you even more about that. Don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to destroy the like button. Don't forget to commit nuclear genocide on the like button. Also, if you could subscribe, become part of the Lobster Gang, that would really mean a lot to me. So, without further ado, it's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from my great friends in the background.
Hey, Joe.
And goodbye.